Hip hop is just everywhere in New York. It's not separate from it. But MCs who just don't have the skill of rap, but the style of it is corny. I realized, yo, everything that Rumi is doing, Pac was doing. Everything Pun's doing, Shakespeare was doing. The plot is not every single thing that happens in the story. The plot is the important things that lead to other important things. If you listen to Nas, when he tells a story in reverse, it's plot. Like, you think Nas doesn't know changing perspective, that song where he's talking from the perspective of a gun.
Hey, welcome to Off Top, the platform where raw performance meets real conversation. Season 1 showed us what happens when culture meets quality. But this week, we're doing something different. We're bringing education, lyricism, and artistry all in one room. My guest today is someone who studies the game like a scientist. He's a writer, creative, and a builder who has spent years breaking down bars and helping artists understand their craft on a deeper level. He's a founder of Rap Seminar, the co-creator of Bob Wire Open Mic Series, and a partner with Pendulum Inc, the world's first school for lyricism. Through his work, he's analyzed the way MCs write, count bars, and uses literary devices. He's helped countless artists build bios, press releases, and find their voice. He's a poet, a teacher, and a true student of hip-hop who made his way from Brooklyn to Tampa, Arizona, California, and finally here to El Paso. On this episode of Off Top, we sit down with Rob Nice to talk about his journey, mission, and the movement behind Rap Seminar, and how his vision connects to what we're building right here on Off Top. Hey, I appreciate you, man.
Yo, thank you, man. It's dope, man.
Yes, sir.
Fire. Fire.
Yes, sir, man. Actually, before we get started, I do this customary toast.
Okay.
On this platform and also libations, man. Let's bring it in.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I know you don't drink heavy, but
I don't drink heavy, but yo, I'm here with you today.
Never above you,
All
never
right.
below you, but always by your side. Bring them together.
Boom.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No doubt, man.
Man, so let's get into this first question, brother. So you've lived in a lot of places, man. What did moving around teach you about people and culture?
Wow, that's interesting. You know, I have lived in a lot of places. Dominican Republic. I lived in Spain.
Wow.
I lived in New York. All different places in New York. Florida, Arizona, Cali. You know, I think it taught me how to interact with people a little bit more, how to be more communicative and open to building with people and linking and stuff like that. But it also allowed me to appreciate different cultures. And I love seeing how no matter where you are on earth, it's certain things that everybody is doing. We all do.
Right.
But we just do in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Right.
So you're talking about commonality.
Everybody like we're gonna drive somewhere. You're gonna chill somewhere. You're gonna eat. You're gonna shop. There's certain things you're gonna do, but depending on where you are and your traditions and customs, you just do it a little different.
Absolutely.
So I love seeing those little intricacies and differences in cultures through the commonalities. You know. So yeah. I love to travel, see new things, be new places.
Cool, man.
Most definitely. Yeah.
I asked that question because it kind of ties into, where you come from. So thinking back on when you were a child, what moments made you feel closest to music?
Man, probably when I was chilling in the room, just by myself, listening to the radio, or popping a tape in the tape deck. That's probably the when I was connecting most to music. There was no distractions. You could just, I could just listen to the lyrics, stop the tape, rewind it, play it again. I was the type that I would listen to the radio for, like, let's say I heard a song, I would wait for that song to play again and record it on the tape deck. And then I would record it like a bunch of times in a row, like on the tape, you know what I'm saying? And just listen to the same song over and over again. So it's different than today with all the like streaming and everything, because we had to wait for the song to come on to catch it. And you had to listen through all the other music, all the commercials,
Yep.
the DJ speaking, whatever they were talking about. And you had to be ready to press record.
Absolutely. But first you had to go actually physically go buy, you had to go stand in line and go buy you a copy, physical copy of
Oh,
the
yeah,
album.
all that too. Yep.
Absolutely, man. How you
Yep,
feeling?
all
How
that
you feel,
too.
Do you feel that's a good thing for
You know, I
for
don't know.
music?
I think when we had to actually leave home to go find the music, I think it created more of an appreciation for the music itself. Cuz you went on a mission to get it. And you're going to sit and you're really going to listen to it. Like
Right.
I went all the way over here, you're going to unwrap the little plastic off the cassette tape. You know, you're going to pull out the little insert and read the shout outs or the lyrics, you know, look at the pictures. I think there was more of an appreciation because of the struggle it was to find it in the first place.
Absolutely.
And I think personally, I was more attentive to the details of things and who produced this? I could read the producer on the insert. I could see who produced it. I could see what the samples were. You know, I could read the lyrics. And today, they'd be like, yo, have you heard so-and-so? I'd be like, yeah, let me check real quick. And then I'll hear 30 seconds of it and switch it.
Right.
What's the next track?
Right.
You know?
If you went
And-
down there to buy the stuff, then
Yeah.
buy your album, then you probably had more keepsake value.
There
you
we
know what
go,
I'm saying?
right? Yeah. And not to mention, let's say you wanted to go to the next track. You had to fast forward that joint and sit there and wait for it to fast forward and check.
Yeah.
Oh, did I go too far? And it's like midway through the song, I gotta rewind
Oh
now.
my God.
Like it was a
Like,
struggle.
Cassette tape era. Oh my, they don't know that struggle. Like it's
You
not
know?
instant when you just drag your finger. You really had to hear that joint rewinding and that track squeaking.
You gotta hear that.
As
You
the
gotta-
reel turns it back. It's crazy.
all that. That was my era, you know. And then the CDs, of course, was different, but
Man, so you mentioned that Walkman after your parents split. How did that shape your connection to hip hop?
yeah, well, that's pretty wild because I would ride my bike and just listen to the Walkman, just with my headphones on. I would bring like one or two tapes with me. It was usually like some type of Wu-Tang, Enter the 36 Chambers, or maybe some type of, you know, Capone and Noriega. And I would just ride my bike around the neighborhood just to see what I could get into, and just be listening, just taking it all in, you know.
So I remember, you know, growing up in Chicago in the 80s and 90s, right? And how that shaped my identity as a Chicagoan. How did it feel in your background, like growing up in the presence in that same area from all of the greats in hip hop, especially early hip hop?
You know, I don't think I knew where I was, really. I was just there. Like, my dad, he was a preacher in the Bronx, and we would be sitting in church, and there was windows on the right side of the building and of the chapel, and we could look through to the street. We could see the street. We could see everybody walking up and down the block. And there was an era where we would be in church, and I would see Flavor Flav walk by.
Whoa.
Flavor Flav, bro,
crazy.
with the clock.
Real life.
Yeah, real Flavor Flav.
Wow.
I was there. I was like, yo. And I was a kid, but I knew Public Enemy. You know what I'm saying? And because I had seen the videos and everything. But I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm in the presence of greatness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just, that's Flavor Flav right there. And there was so much like hip hop is just everywhere in New York. Like, it's not separate from it, you know? And so just walking down the block, you see people, how they dress. You see the dudes like on the corner outside the bodega, like with the uptowns on and the hockey, with the hockey jersey and the black fatigues or something. And you just see the styles and the aesthetics. You might go play some hoop, go to the court, people with the Olafs on, with the basketball shorts, like Google that. People don't know about the Olafs. You know what I'm saying? The basketball shorts, like with the whatever, you know, like the Police Athletic League shirt on. It was just a vibe, you know. And what's crazy though is I was just back in New York, and I'm walking, and I see the handball courts is paddleball now. on the handball courts or on the basketball court, like they playing paddle ball. And I'm like, wow, like how things change.
Yeah, this can't be real.
Because it's a lot of like handball was like that was the hood game. Like
You think that was the gentrification that took place? Is that okay?
obviously.
Okay, but I mean, I know that for particular spots, right? Like,
Yeah.
I know Harlem for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
not from New York, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
It's crazy, man, to see. But it was around, it was everywhere. And so you couldn't really like escape it that much, you know. I would like Hot 97 would be everybody listened to Hot 97, and this was the era of like DJ Red Alert, I believe, at that time. He was on. So
Big time. That's
Yeah.
what's up, man. I know you study, lyrics. You study music.
yeah.
At what point did it become something that you realize, okay, I'm studying this? Like, at what time did you say, you know what, this is what I love to do?
Good one. It could have been like ciphering with my cousin Bison, Bison FC, the greatest rapper on the planet.
Shout out to Bison.
He's my little cousin. But you know, I when I was in high school, I was a freshman, and there was a crew, the Unknown Soldiers. That was their name, the Unknown Soldiers. And they also went by the Mystic Clique. And these guys were all from New York, but they lived in Tampa. I was a ninth grader. And they would like hit on the soda machine and like make beats and then freestyle off the top, like in the hallway or outside or whatever, and make fun of people walking by. And they would just be kicking like crazy bars, raps. So I would go home and emulate that and copy what they were doing for my cousin, right? For Bison. And I'd be like, yo, cuzzo, check this shit out. Yo, da-da-da-da, look at your sneakers. Da-da-da-da-da, your shirt's too tight. Da-da-da-da-da. Just making fun of him and shit, you know? And then he would start like, oh, okay. And he just got really good. He just got to like, he really took it serious. And in my opinion, became one of the greatest MCs ever, like on the planet. Not just because he's my cousin, but he's super talented, man, like out of this world. So I started to like listen to what he was saying and like notice how he would say things and the imagery and the metaphors and the similes and the way, I didn't know what shit was called, but I knew he was doing stuff.
Right.
And that was really when I started listening, like listening. But it wasn't until actually I was in college working on my master's of fine arts degree, the MFA, studying poetry, that I started to learn the academic side of using words creatively. And I learned about literature and all the great poets and the great writers, not only from the US, but from Latino America, from Europe, from all over the world, Rumi, Khalil Gibran, the great poets, right? So I learned about the techniques and all of that stuff. And then I realized, yo, everything that Rumi is doing, Pac was doing, everything, Pun's doing, Shakespeare was doing, So and then I realized that. And I also realized that artists like to know what they're doing because we just do it naturally. But a lot of times we don't know it has a name to it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, this is an enjambment, what you just did. This rhyme pattern is an A-A-B-B rhyme pattern or A-B-A-B rhyme pattern. So I was breaking all that down. But it was my cousin and then getting that formal education that really got me into the analysis of lyricism.
Wow.
Long story, but just to get to the point,
it's
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's perfect, man. How long did it take your cousin to get good at actually rhyming?
His whole life. He's been rhyming since he was 13, 12. His first recording was over like Wu-Tang beats and Mobb Deep beats.
But I'm saying, though, like, what point? Because it sounds like, from what you told me, like he dabbled in rapping. Then when you start kind of like getting on him in in the rhymes, that kind of triggered him a little bit. And then from there, it just was no looking back.
Right.
It's like
To get nice?
To get nice. The way he's like, oh, he got something like the same.
Well,
regular.
I would say he started when he was like 13, 14. I think by the time he was 16, he was already nice. But what happened is the life experience. So now that
start
he's
catching up with the skill.
he's a grown man now, he has his raw talent still, but he has life understanding. He's been through things, you know? So he's able to tell stories, things from interesting perspectives, and his approach, his voice has matured. He knows his style. He's more comfortable. So I would say from like when he was 16, now he's probably I think he's like in his 30s. He's been rapping ever since, man. He's out of this planet, like out there. He's out there. Yeah, and he don't sound the same. Like any type of beat, every 4 bars, it's a different cadence. It's a different delivery. Crazy. I gotta bring some of his music to you, man, so you can see what's up.
Does he ever come out here?
He's been out here once, but I want to bring him through to do a show. Bring him here. You know what I'm saying?
We would love to have him on the platform.
You know, that would be fire. And then, yeah, but he travels. We could do it. We could make that happen.
I would love
get
to
a show,
see it, man. Especially like I value, and I'm gonna rewind too, because like people don't know kind of how we linked up or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've been supporting since day one, man. We just been doing this for a little while now. You know? And I just the way you embrace the culture so much, especially with OffTop and the brand, and just how we linked up, man. What brought us to this point where we came together for this collaboration?
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because I like filming MCs rap, and like I'll go to the show and I'll catch people doing freestyles outside, and I'll put the captions up just off my iPhone or whatever, and I'll post that, and then I like the platforms like. All the platforms where people are rapping, like OffTopTV, you know what I'm saying? And I love the platforms. And so I'll see the freestyles and all that. And one day I'm just scrolling and I saw OffTopTV for the first time. And I'm like, yo, what is this? And I started noticing like, wow, the quality of the videos is dope. Like, the artist is on point. Like, this is crazy. Like, look at this. So I just started liking the post, I think, and maybe sharing stuff or whatever. Just because I enjoyed seeing it. And then I'm like, I saw another one. I'm like, nah, this is crazy. Like, who is this? And you know how, I don't know if you do this, but since I run a platform, I want to know more about platforms that seem like they're high quality. What are they doing? I want to study.
Absolutely.
Get some tips, some ideas or whatever. And then I saw the bio and y'all are here in the same city as me.
Crazy.
And I thought that was really wild. So I reached out right away, like, yo, I didn't even know y'all were out here.
Yeah.
Let's link up. Let's do something. And then, you already had what you were doing, and then you brought the idea to me about the takeover.
Absolutely. And I'm the same way. I always have gratitude for even like seeing what we're doing and seeing the value in it. It confirms some stuff for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna toast.
Yeah,
to
cheers.
Cheers. And yeah, man, I love, and then it's just a chance meeting. Me being from Chicago, you being from a bit of everywhere.
Yeah.
But also, having a strong root on the East Coast, and we're just so happen to be so close. So I had to make sure that we did something, because I think we both love foregrounding artists. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Foregrounding the culture, ultimately, right? So yeah, man, I just want to get that backstory.
And
out
there's
there,
something
man.
cool about that. Like, you have this dope studio where you could actually do a podcast with somebody and they'll get some shine off of that. Or they want to rap, do a song or a poem or whatever it might be. Like, that's a great thing to be able to provide people, And it's right. I love doing that on my platform too.
Absolutely.
And it's just I don't even know why. Like, sometimes they'll be like you say, yo, you know any poets? And I was thinking about all the other poets that could come up and perform, and I didn't even say me, And
Right.
that happens a lot. Like,
Yeah.
and I realized, like, I just like putting people on.
Yeah.
And I feel that is one way to contribute to the culture.
Yep.
Is like, it doesn't have to be about me. I could put you in front of the audience and give you an opportunity to do something, because I already been doing my thing. So it's great to let other people shine and provide that space for people.
And then also providing something that it's not common out there.
No.
A platform like yours, in reference to breaking down lyrics and letting people really understand the art and the science behind hip hop culture, hip hop music, and so man, that's very. I'm gonna give you your flowers for that.
Thank
bro.
you. Thank
For
you.
real,
Yeah.
for real.
It's been a minute.
And then me, this is our idea. I got spawned off of a few people that I look up to, few platforms that I look up to, but when I try to look and see the gaps, being in the industry for a short amount of time now, but being a quick study to understand that the industry is different now. You have to create your own lane, and any opportunities such as our collaboration we're doing, Rap Seminar and OffTopTV, right? Any platform that you can get on to get the exposure, to show people what you got, what you made of, is a good opportunity for everybody. And I see that. This is something that I really love, the culture. I've been a music fan, hip hop fan. I love R&B, poetry, and so just us being in a position to do that for people, man, is like something that I feel like is.
No, it's great.
It's great.
It's great.
It's
Man.
awesome.
It's like a service. People are here to do different things on this earth. And this is one of the things that I'm here to do.
Yeah.
For sure.
And inspire.
You
Inspire.
definitely.
You definitely inspire me, brother. So you create a rap seminar to analyze lyrics the way professors analyze poetry. What did you discover when you started doing that?
Well, one thing I discovered was that a lot of MCs are using high-level literary techniques. The same things that the great poets have used, or the storytellers have used, right? And these techniques tend to be natural to a lot of artists, but they may not know, like I said before, what it's called or something like that. So when you then can point out, like, yo, this is this, now you have a name to it. Now you can use it intentionally and have more of an awareness of the skill set.
Wow.
Right?
Say that.
So to get at that, yeah, but there's a lot to it.
But to mix it up and say, you know what, it actually makes you more equipped to be versatile.
Oh yeah.
And to make more nuanced approaches to your music.
Definitely.
To be able to define it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
So-
if you learn storytelling techniques like omniscient narration, first person narration, third person narration, if you learn about the plot line, right? Like, what is a real plot? What is the plot? The plot is not every single thing that happens in the story. The plot is the important things that lead to other important things that happen in the story, So if you understand that, if you understand the exposition, the rising action, the climax, or the point of no return, the falling action, the resolution, it's going to change the way you write an album. It's going to change the way you write a song, right? Like if you listen, and the way you listen to music. If you listen to Nas and you hear any of his, like, the rewind, when he tells the story in reverse. That is storytelling. It's plot. Like, you think Nas doesn't know about plots, the plot line? Do you think Nas doesn't know about literary techniques? He might not talk about it, but I guarantee, like, Nas, I know you know about, because he's obviously doing it intentionally. Changing perspective. That song where he's talking from the perspective of a gun.
Yep.
That is changing the point of view, right? From the point of view is from the gun, and the gun is the narrator. From a first-person perspective, the gun is speaking. And how can the gun tell the story differently than a person can? So once you have that awareness, it's going to change the way you create your art, for sure, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bro. It's as a filmmaker, right? As a cinematographer, filmmaker, it kind of just reminds me of cinematics, like telling the story. It's kind of like the character arc.
Yep.
Certain elements that build a great story, and it's crazy that it transcends, music and film. So that's dope, man.
And yeah, like characterization. You said the character arc. Like, how do you develop a character?
Yep.
How do you? There's different types of characters too. You got the round character.
Absolutely.
You got the dynamic characters. You got. We could talk about this for days, But like knowing those things, I think separates. How do I? I think that's what an artist is. That's when you get into the art. You're not just a rapper.
Right.
You're creating art.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, character arcs. You talking about different things. There's 7. No, it's more, but common 7 common character types. And so if you know that in filmmaking and music, then it makes it easier for you to use those devices to tell a story, right?
Yep.
But do you feel like telling a story is kind of a lost art in hip hop?
Well, it depends because hip hop is vast. Like, there's artists today telling crazy stories and stuff like that. But, I think that it's just like you got to find those artists because you're not going to, the radio is not going to provide that to you.
Yep.
And you're not like, you almost got to dig a little bit more, I think, to find people who are storytelling and stuff of that nature. But it's there. It's there.
It exists. There's a lot of great artists out here that's not in the spotlight, that's underground.
The new Clips album, they're storytelling.
Absolutely.
That story about their father, like I think it's about their father, their parents, their father. That is storytelling right there, and it's a heartbreaking song. It's there. It's there.
Man, what's your favorite type of hip hop? Is it vibe? Is it storytelling? Is it wordplay? What is it?
I listen to, if it's, all right, what do I listen to like when I'm by myself, nobody around type shit? It's probably East Coast, grimy type of rap.
Okay, yeah.
That's what my comfort zone, my soul food would be.
Right.
So that's where I'm at. Like
that makes sense. I mean, all my people that's from New York, or have spent some time in New York, kind of lean that way, to be honest with you. So I kind of, I have to be diverse in like my taste for me. I'm real eclectic when it comes to music. I listen to everything.
Yeah.
I'd say my soul food would be probably like stuff like Common.
Common, yeah. I like Common, man.
Common, some Nas, Lupe
Water for
Fiasco.
Chocolate.
Like Water for Chocolate.
That album was fire.
Yes, it was.
Man.
Oh, man. The questions. Man,
it's
my
my
goodness.
goodness.
On there. It's a lot on there. The vibe was, I kind of missed that brand of hip hop, which is a little left of like, it's not like New York. It's unlike New York. But it just has a soul to it, like that Jay Dilla element of like production. Yeah, I kind of missed that. I would say that's my type of
yeah. I got you. I like Common a lot, man. Though his early albums, crazy. Talk about storytelling. Yeah, he shows up and somebody robbed him. Stole some stuff out of his house.
Yeah, stole something from his grandma.
Man,
well, I see these niggas.
That was so crazy.
Yeah, that's just funny, man. I kind of lean. To be honest, this is why I like Kendrick. Not Kendrick so much, but Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City, or whatever. And I love J. Cole. Obviously, you can see him behind here.
Yes.
Custom piece back here.
Yep.
That's my best joint. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
but
nice piece.
I like to. I tend to lean towards people like Kanye, Lupe, Kendrick, just regular guys. Yeah. That just love to communicate what they feel, what's on their heart, and to use those devices that you was talking about to do that well. I kind of lean towards the regular people, man. Yep. Because I think there's an epidemic in the way music is now. I still love the boom bap. I love Griselda, everybody over there, Dave East, right? But like the way it's going, and primarily a lot of it's coming out of Chicago, unfortunately. But it's a part of like the experience, a real life experience. But I just feel like there's a certain threshold where it's like, are we glamorizing murder? Are we glamorizing?
Ooh, yeah.
The things that's really caustic to.
I'll be honest with you, man. It's crazy because, that's something I thought about a long time now. And when I was actually in college, I stopped listening to rap music. Like when I was in like my freshman years, I just listened to reggae music. I got into all types of roots reggae, roots and culture, like, Lee Scratch Perry, dub reggae, Sizzla, Capleton, Buju Banton, you know what I'm saying? Like all that type. And it was, that's all I would listen to because I felt like, man, why don't I listen in like this? I don't want to hear about someone, they're going to kill me, or they're going to do this or that. Or like, why? Like, why do I want to listen to this person talk about themselves, or whatever it might be? And so it's interesting because now like certain type of rap is like my guilty pleasure and I'll listen to it if I'm doing push-ups, if I'm getting my burpees going, whatever, I'll put on some West Side Gun or something or some Mobb Deep, like, because I got to get in a certain zone to do something, But I also understand storytelling today. And that's the thing, like, You can see a Quentin Tarantino film
Yeah.
where there's gory things happening. You can see Alfred Hitchcock, series or whatever. You could see a zombie movie, The Walking Dead.
Yeah. See
A lot of that stuff is gruesome. Those
Yeah.
action flicks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of horrible things that we see in film, but we don't criticize it as much as we do hip hop and rappers. Rappers always take the brunt of the criticisms, right?
That's true.
They want to admit MC's lyrics now to prosecuting them in court.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
But what about the death metal artists that are talking all kind of crazy shit? We don't hear their lyrics in court. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so why does the people who create black music get criticized?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. So I see that, okay, while this person is telling a story about robbing a bank or shooting somebody or something horrible, right? Look at the craft that's going in. Like, there's techniques, right? William Blake was a poet who wrote very dark poetry, right? Very dark poetry. But people analyze it today and they see it as high literature. I could break down some Mobb Deep lyrics and I'll say, yo, that's right on point with William Blake. You know what I'm saying? That's right there with it, CNN or whoever. Now, the one thing that I don't like to rock with is the misogyny and the disrespect for women. That's when it's kind of like, damn, like, I wish that part we could let go of, like the disrespecting the females in the lyrics. That's the part that it's kind of like, to me, it's like, damn, like, I have a mom, I have sisters. I wish we could just show the ladies a little more respect in the lyrics, and how we perceive
I would
them.
say, from my perspective on that whole topic is, first of all, I love music. I can respect, the story that's being told and understand it. Like, even though I may not agree with what's being said, that just may not be a circumstance that I'm surrounded with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that. But at the same time, I just feel like when you mentioned people that make black music, at the same time they scrutinize, but at the same time I feel like the powers that be, the prison, the like the system thrives off of the people that consume that type of music.
Got you.
Because I feel like, that's the one thing that you can kind of enter your soul, enter your mind, and enter you and affect some kind of, at least a percentage of people.
Right.
To a point where, they want to actually live that lifestyle.
Yes. See,
What actually ends up being for some people, end up being, and if you're looking at the music going out to the masses, millions of people, there's got to be 5-10% of people that actually literally take the value of the words and try to mimic it in their own real life. And so I just feel like I feel like even though I'm 100% good with artistic expression, I just feel like there is a point, especially when now we're talking about straight up smoking somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially being from Chicago, it hits a little closer to home.
Yeah.
When, you got cousins, you got friends.
That's the thing too.
I went back home to Chicago a couple years ago, and I'm asking where such and such is, and they're like, yo, actually, he got shot right here.
Damn.
I was one time talking to one of my buddies. He said, he got shot right here. I said, no, he didn't, bro. Don't say that. He said, yeah, he got shot right here. He said,
wow.
You see the bullet holes? And I looked. We were standing outside a convenience store. And those bullet holes in the convenience store, and my buddy that I was looking for had got killed right there.
That is crazy.
And so it's like, it hits a little closer to home.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, right. And the fact that, you can't say derogatory things, murderous things about any other demographic except for mine.
That makes sense.
If you say that about any other demographic, then
I see. Yeah,
it's a problem.
I see what you mean. I do think definitely, like, young people growing up in their formative years, I don't think it's a great idea to have that be the mantra of, like, shooting and shit like that. I don't think that should be the mantra, the chorus that a child is singing, and repeating to themselves, because they don't still know who they are yet, right? But a discerning adult who knows art versus reality, there's a difference, like, But at the same time, I see what you mean on that. And if you're somebody who you've seen this firsthand, you know it's not anything good, then I could see how that changes the way you listen to music and what you appreciate and what you don't. And that reminds me, when I had, I used to be a faculty advisor of a hip hop student organization at the community college here. And there was an artist from Chicago, a student who raps. And I told him, he was one of my students. I said, yo, you rap? And he was like, yeah, I rap. And I told him, we have a cypher every Friday, come through. He came to the cypher. And at the cyphers we were having, there was fun. There were like a lot of fun. And it was like people just rhyming, having a great time, this and that. And I was like, yo, you could rhymes whenever you want, just jump in. And he was like, nah, man, I don't think this is the type of cypher that I'm usually a part of. Like, this ain't like what I do. And I'm like, what do you mean? You know, like, he wasn't comfortable. And I'm like, what's wrong? And he said, y'all are rapping to have fun. Where I'm from, we rap to let the pain out. He said, I rap to let the pain out. Y'all just rapping for fun. And I think that is in line with what you're saying. Like, people who are there, who experience it, who go through that, they're doing things for different reasons and purposes and intents, you know? And so I was like, when he told me that hit my heart. I was like, wow, man.
Yeah. And I think those of us that, you know, really rock with hip hop and we just vibe. That's what we was upbringing. Our upbringing is, man, like, we can rock with any. I can rock with any, from Chicago, New York. Don't matter where it's from. Right. But, you know, I think it can be costly for the wrong minds, especially if they believe some of the things are normal. You know what I'm saying? There we go. So I think it's just a fine line of like saying, hey, you know what? You know, being aware is the thing. That's the main thing. So, man, how did rap stats become a part of your process, and what kind of reactions did you get from the artists? Yeah, so early in Rap Seminar's history, I would analyze lyrics, and I called it rap stats, and I would generate your stats as an MC, and I would put it in charts and graphs and stuff like that. So I had one for rhymes, one for rhyme percentages. I had a different chart for literary techniques, and so I would tally all of the techniques. You know, so I would count all your metaphors, I would count all your similes, all the moments of imagery. I would count all the rhymes, how many rhymes in total in the song, how many average amount of rhymes per bar. I have formulas for creating all of these things. And then I put it in charts and graphs, and this is what I would use to promote artists. So you would find me and be like, yo, how much for an analysis? And I would give you my price. At the time, it was $75. So that means you can accurately assess the verse, whether it sonically sounds good to you or not. Yes. You can accurately assess the skills and the you know, and the processes that took place to make that song. Right. In order to really give it a grade. Correct. Ooh. Yeah. So, for example, in recent history, Mickey Fax and Royce had some more words, right? They, you know, and Mickey dropped a song, and then Royce dropped, I think first dropped a song, and then Mickey dropped, and then Lupe dropped. Oh, I did. I remember that. It's like 3 years ago or something like that. I remember. And so there was this debate, like, yo, it was almost like, even though Lupe was not going against Mickey, and Mickey wasn't going against Lupe, they had all dropped tracks and around that same time, and I think they were all directed at Royce, honestly. Like, Mickey's track definitely was, and Lupe's was too. So there was all this talk, like, who won? Who dropped the illest track, you know, and whose song was the best or whatever, who's the most lyrical, you know what I'm saying? And so I was like, I could tell you who's the most lyrical. Like, I could tell you, like, so I ran the rap stats on all three songs. On Rave. Oh, I got to see that. On it was a freestyle that Lupe did, which was insane, and then it was a song that Royce did. I forgot the name of it. Oh, so Lupe's, one of Lupe's joints was an actual freestyle? It was a freestyle. Off the top. Off top freestyle is what they said. Whoa. I don't know if it's true or not, but it was an off top freestyle. I always say Lupe is, to be honest, he's my number one most technical rapper. Yo, he's nice. Yeah. He's my number one. Yeah. Most, you know, technical rapper. But I'm not coming from your level of.
No,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
I did the numbers, right?
Yeah.
And I dropped all the rap stats for all the songs in a video. I had the slides, all that, all the charts and graphs. And oddly enough, it came out that some of them did better in other areas, you know. And I'm not going to front. At that time, I was like, shit, like, do I just come out and say, like, who's the nicest, you know, according to the techniques? Or am I political and be like, nah, like everybody won in a certain way? So I think at that time, I said, like, if you're looking for this person got it. If you respect this, then it was this person. But if it was this, it was this. End of the day, though, it was Mickey. Mickey had the highest stats in all the areas. Mickey Facts, right? And Mickey had all the highest stats in all the areas. And Wraith went on to be, today, I would say, considered the song that took it in that era of drops. You know, that people still say that Mickey got Royce out of here with that track. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and that's how I met Mickey Facts.
I was just
Because
about to get to that.
when I dropped that, out of all of them, he's the only one who reached out to me. And he said, yo, this is crazy. And I think he might have reposted it. And then we started kind of dialoguing. We went live one day. And Mickey was like all about that lyrical analysis shit, you know, and the breakdowns and
Still
stuff.
is.
Yeah. So that's how that kind of got kicked off.
I was about to ask that, man.
Yeah.
But okay, so you saying that's how you guys met. But then how did this become Pendulum Inc? And what's your, you know what I'm saying?
So
What's the
Pendulum Inc.
backstory?
Pendulum Inc. is the school that Mickey Facts and Chilla Jones founded. Of course, y'all know Mickey Facts, most likely Grammy Award-winning songwriter. And then we have Chilla Jones, who is a two-time battle rap champion, one of the greatest battle rappers ever on earth, period. Like, one of the forefathers of this shit. Like,
Absolutely.
GOAT,
Shout
you
out
know?
to Chilla.
The Kingpin. So Chilla and Mickey were crafting a book along with Rhymecology. So Rhymecology is my guy Jeff Walker, the rhymecologist. And I see you got your cigar. I got my cigar too right here.
You like go ahead and light
You
yours?
toast cigars or what? I don't know. I don't know.
Go ahead and
But
light yours.
yeah, man. So Mickey, Chilla, Jeff, and there was another associate. They all worked together, and they're creating this lexicon of rap techniques to teach at the school. All the illest rap techniques that MCs use, some that they invented, that Mickey invented, that Chilla invented, some that battle rappers invented, some that like are traditional techniques that MCs have always used. And they coined the terms and they studied the lyricism, like how do we repeat this technique? What's this? Mirror morphing, ribboning, shadow boxing. We got all types of stuff right now, you know what I'm saying? All of which are in the book called Inc, a Lexicon of Elite Rap Techniques.
Whoa.
We got all the storytelling techniques in there in the chapter that I wrote. We got all of the rhythm and style techniques too. So things about cadence and delivery and all that, right? So they brought me in initially because they know that I had that education background. So they wanted to know, yo, Rob, do any of these lyrical rap techniques equate to literary writing techniques, right? The poetry, the literary world. So they would be like, yo, this is shadow boxing. And they teach me how to do shadow boxing. And then I'd be like, all right, that's internal rhymes. So that's what we call internal rhyming, right? But at Pendulum, we call it shadow boxing. You know what I'm saying? Or like when you root rhyming, what's that? And they teach me root rhyming. And then we all had to kind of also agree on terms. So we're naming the terms. So I'm helping them name the terms.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, a root rhyme is like alliteration, but on steroids. Because you're not just rhyming the first letter of a word in a series. You're rhyming the root of a word throughout a series of words. Right? So autobahn, auto pay, automatic, auto. You know? So root rhyming. And so that's what I was doing at first, was just that. And then as Mickey would tell it, he would probably tell you that I just kept showing up to all the meetings. I just kept showing up. That's what Mickey said. Like, I couldn't get rid of Rob. He just kept showing up. But also, though, like, you kept sending me the Zoom link, though, bruh. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so they needed me because they didn't really have an academic on the team. So then it got into, I'm helping them build the syllabi. I'm helping them write the curriculum. I'm editing the book. I'm helping with the layout of the book. You know, I'm helping with formatting. Let me help with this other stuff. Let me help us get our money from PayPal, because PayPal thinks we're selling drugs because we made all this money the first week.
Right.
So I had to do some writing, some technical writing to get the money back, you know, from this. So next thing you know, one thing leads to the next. I end up, through my sweat equity, getting ownership of the company. So I'm part owner of Pendulum Inc,
Man,
the first school for hip hop lyricism
in the world.
in the world. And we have,
by the way,
and we have world-class artists. This is not no-name artists teaching. This is Currency teaching you a class. This is Method Man teaching you a class. This is Twista teaching you how to super fast rap. This is Master Ace teaching you how to tell a story. This is Inspector Deck. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how when he writes, he's thinking about the video. He's thinking about how would it look in a movie when he writes. I'm talking about Rod Digger teaching you something. Shauna teaching you something. That's how we and coming up this month, Spooktober, Jadakiss
tap in.
is gonna be teaching. You know what I'm saying?
Tap in.
Last Wednesday of October.
I've had the privilege of being on one or two of your Pendulum Inc. Classes. Y'all listen, man, you gotta tap in with Pendulum Inc, man. You have to. If you're an artist that's really serious about your craft, just to have that type of exposure, to have that type of access through Pendulum Inc is just, man.
Pendulum is something that you will never have. Just regular you ain't never in your life gonna be able to chill with Method Man and him tell you how he wrote this song. Never. You'll never kick it with Meth and him tell you who wrote whose verse for who in the Woo. Unless you their family. Like, that's the type of experiences that we are creating through Pendulum. You know, we had Corey Guns up there kicking a crazy freestyle. You know? We had Murder Mook.
Murder Mook too?
Murder Mook. We had the Locksmith.
Not only you get the lessons, but you also get exposure to
There we go.
and access to these greats that you look up to. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was in there live like, man, I'm in here with
It's really wild.
Currency. I'm in here with Mickey Fax. You know, the whole staff, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Currency's class was great.
It really was.
You know, we offer a lot at Pendulum Inc. We have the rhythm and style classes, which are about the different cadences and deliveries, getting on time, finding the pocket. We have advanced rhythm and style, which is the highest level course. You're learning like all the triple time flows, the different cadences. We have rap techniques, where you learn the techniques that the great MCs use. And then we have advanced rap techniques. But beyond that, we have rhymecology, which is the hip hop mental health component, where people learn how to put their emotions and their stories in their songs, where they express, discover, and explore their lyricism and their stories. And then we have electives like hip hop herstory, where we learn from Professor Brittany Moore about the role of women in hip hop and leading up to hip hop and things of that nature. We also have a class called The Evolution of the Rap Group, led by Dart Adams, one of the foremost hip hop historians, talking about how hip hop groups came to be and how before crews, it was gangs in New York. And all, like, yo, his class is crazy. And then I teach the literary component. I teach the Poetry for Rappers class. Mickey teaches the Mickey Money class. That's a business class. And Chilla teaches battle rap. So we got like all the different components, and we help MCs who are nice get nicer. You know, we put the ER at the end.
Man, I got some people that I want to put through the program myself.
Send them through.
Yeah, we're going to do that. You know,
It's all
Shout out to
online.
Legacy. You going. You attending, bro.
It's all online.
There's no way you can be this close and have this much access and not be involved. So we're going to make sure we push you. That's what I like to do, man. I like to push anybody around me that's great at anything. And now that I'm in this space, man, it's up. It's up,
definitely.
man.
Did you know there was a critically acclaimed hip-hop school for MCs, songwriters, and hip-hop heads such as yourself? It's called Pendulum Inc, and we hold hip-hop writing classes and mental health classes every single week. It's taught by some of the sharpest pens in the game, and we got legendary guests that come through every single month, like Big Daddy Kane, Pharoah Monch, Elzai, Fonte, Method Man, and so on and so forth. And if you already got bars, all you need to do is pull up the Pendulum Sync. Put your bars to the test. Let's get you placed in some movies and television shows. You never know what could happen. If you're trying to work through something emotionally, come to our weekly Pendulum Inc. Rhymecology classes, where we have MCs pen their trauma through mental health to get their minds right. Look, ask around. We more than a hip-hop school. We are a community of like-minded heads that really want to preserve this culture. So if you want to be a part of this, I suggest you sign up at penduluminc.com and jump on a call with me and my faculty. Trust me, it'll be worth it. Long live lyricism.
You guys are
Ain't nothing
doing
like
something
that.
great, man. For real, for real.
Ain't nothing like a nice little cigar.
Facts.
Nice little cigar right here.
Yeah, man. I love it, man. It's like the grown man's incense. You know what I'm saying? So you studied creative writing at UTEP and co-founded Barbed Wire Open Mic Series, man. What did that space mean to you and also the city?
Yeah, well, that's a good question, man. And that was another era where I was putting people on, you know? The Barbed Wire Open Mic Series is an open mic event in the city that promotes poetry. We have poets, songwriters, sometimes comedians, storytellers of all types, performance poets. They come look at my kicks. They come through to express themselves at no cost to them, right? It's a free show. And the public comes and they get to see everybody. So you have people practicing their material in the space, right? And when I first was a part of it, early on, it was a part of the Master of Fine Arts department at UTEP. And we would just perform for ourselves, And then when it fell into my hands after the original founder, Veronica Guajardo, she's the original person who started it. After she left, I took over and we founded a home at an organization called Border Senses, which is a literary organization here in town. And so we kept running the open mic, and it expanded from just an event for poets to an event for songwriters and the musicians and all that. And I'm the one who kind of made it into like a talent show, like a party almost. And there would be like 100 people up in there. I would flyer, like a street team. I would flyer and bring all the, like whoever. You rap, come through and perform. Like I was always promoting it. That is the longest standing open mic in the city. And it's the only open mic that's been recognized by city council. So we actually got a day, December 13th is Barbed Wire Open Mic Series Day here in the city.
Whoa.
And they had a proclamation written by city council where we showed up. We received the proclamation. I performed a poem. And, it was a crazy day, man. And so this open mic, I think, is something that has allowed a lot of people to practice and hone their skills and get more of an awareness about poetry and creative expression. So it's definitely something that we bless the city with, for sure.
You have a variety of things that you deal with. And I know you're still in the background of that situation or whatever.
Yeah.
But that is something you still kind of actively are a part of. But I would say that here's the thing about El Paso people don't understand is this city and the surrounding area is about 1 million people here.
Oh, yeah.
Because of one of the biggest military bases and also just surrounding neighboring areas, Socorro, Juarez, you know what I'm saying? So that being said, just being in a space where you can provide expressive opportunities like poetry, like, Rap Seminar and breaking down their music and then coming on shows like Off Top or whatever. How do you feel the best thing that we can do to bring artists in and to put them on a platform or put them on a pedestal enough to showcase like the talent that's here in the city? Because there's a lot of people here, and I think people don't understand or know anything about El Paso enough to know.
Yeah, there's so many talented artists here, of all types, visual artists, musicians, and unfortunately, the city is really overlooked in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
Right? Like people go to Austin. But I would argue that the artists out of here are as good as you could find in any other city, you know, and depending on the genre too. Like there's reggae groups from out here. There's punk bands and like indie artists from out here that are Mars Volta is from here, you know?
Wow.
And what I learned from like the open mic was like I was so astonished because I'm not originally from here. I was so astonished at the quality of the music that is out of El Paso. The stuff even in especially the stuff in Spanish, you know, because it's like 80-90% Latino over here, you know? But one of the things I think is really missing is, in my opinion, is getting them national coverage, national notoriety, and getting people out of just the city itself.
Absolutely.
But there are a few people that have gotten national eyes and views and national conocimiento, like as we would say in Spanish. People like Khaled, he's huge around the world. He's from here, you know. I would argue Crystal Poppin is getting notoriety from outside of the city, you know. Definitely Mars Volta, they got a lot of, you know, forget about it, you know what I mean? But there's still so many more artists here that haven't been discovered.
Yeah, shout out to Vandergram. That's an honorable mention there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel like there needs to be more exposure coming out of the city.
Definitely. And we need more platforms like this one that are high quality, that got the cinematography on point. One of the things that I think we don't do very well here is market ourselves. And a lot of the artists, unfortunately, for one reason or another, and forgive me if you're one of these artists, but the footage is not high quality. You know, the cinematography is not there. Like you got dope raps, but you don't got a camera.
Right.
Or someone to film you.
And can I caveat off that?
Yeah.
And look, this is not a personal thing. This is not like my opinion, right?
Right.
This is all based in fact. Everybody is on social media now, so they see the example of what right looks like. There's people that's dominate on social media.
Yeah.
And I think gone are the days of just putting out content after content. You know, it's circling back to quality over quantity.
Right.
And I think that you have to focus on those artists that, you know, if you put yourself in a lineup of 10 different forms of content and you want to put them together like a thumbnail, you see 1 through 10. If you're not in that, in reference to just one still image of your quality being in that 7, 8, or 9 slot, then you're going to put yourself behind other talent that is on your level or better or even worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you have to focus on quality.
Yeah. That quality is so important.
People are starting to see what right looks like in reference to quality, and they're being trained on a daily basis, day in and day out, a million swipes at a time, what right looks like. And so you have to adapt to that.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. That just means that you have to put more effort into the quality you put out.
And that's the thing, like, you know, even like the shows and the performances and things of that nature, you know, like what does the flyer look like? Like that even, could you read can I read the flyer? Like I've worked with a lot of artists and they send me the flyer and I'm like, yo, I'm hip hop and shit, but I cannot, when does the show start? Like I can't read the flyer, or they send like low quality things. Yeah, there has to be, I think, the level of professionalizing ourselves.
Right.
Like I'm a dope rapper.
Right.
Now what do I have to do to become a professional songwriter, a professional artist?
Yep.
That's what we need to work on, I think, here in our city.
And then too, yeah.
Personally, you know, my little opinion.
And then too, it's about your tribe. You can't, I mean, it's not a good idea to try to compete against people that have teams. That don't always mean that they have teams around them that cost a whole lot of money. There's people that's been investing in your skill and telling everybody about you that have a little bit. And if you would organize yourself and say, hey, I have this pool of people around me, then you can use the circle of influence that you have. And so I would just say that God-given, like everything happens for a reason. And if God gave you this talent, man, it's not a hard thing for you to say, you know what, let me respect my gift to say, you know what, I can ask for help.
Yeah.
I can ask for help. There's graphic artists that if they heard your music right now, they'd be like, oh my God, I got to get behind this.
There we go.
The reason why I know is because it's happened to me. And I'm not even a rapper. But I've been in this space for a short amount of time. And I've had plenty of people that wanted to be a part of what we have going on. And that's not because, let's just say per se, we're the best at what we're doing. We're still growing. Ain't nobody perfect. It's just the fact that we put a lot of effort and emphasis on showcasing real talent.
Right.
And if you showcase yours, I think you will probably have a lot more avenues of putting yourself out there than you do right now.
Definitely. And then that consistency got to be there too.
Yeah,
you know, like just keep
consistency.
showing up. Like,
Yep.
just keep showing up. And I'm a testament to that. Like, I could have stopped doing Rap Seminar mad long ago because my views were low or whatever, or somebody commented some negative shit, whatever. You know what I mean? But I just kept showing up, different new idea. All right, like, how do I do something? How do I level this little thing up? All right, this was popular. All right, how do I do that? All right, boom. Let me hone in on this.
Yeah, it sounds like too consistency, and also not getting too caught up on yourself. Like,
True.
you have to continue to grow.
Definitely.
You have, and that's the thing. That's what I've noticed being around a lot of people like Rob, like other people that I know, in any space that I've been in life. The greats always are very, very critical of themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm saying there's a balance, because I'm not saying be overly critical of yourself, and your mental health is a thing, right? But you should always feel like I can grow.
Right.
I can learn.
Definitely.
Always.
Yeah.
And if you feel like you got it all, you can start to limit the opportunities that you
Yeah.
have for yourself.
I
know what
got
I'm
you.
saying?
Yep. And I'm a perfectionist, man. For me, like,
too.
I was looking at the screen. I'm like, yo, my socks, man. These socks, man, is
Facts.
my white socks. Let me get some different socks, you know?
Facts.
Like, I'm looking at, like, I notice everything. So I think that perfectionism kind of draws, like, the aesthetic and style of what I do and what I present to the world. Like, I'm doing it, and through my perfectionism, like, I know where I am. I try to be realistic. Like, I'm a perfectionist, but I have a limited budget. I'm on the ground still with it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I could do to the best of my ability right now.
And be consistent with it.
You know
like
what I'm
said.
saying? Yeah. And then maybe I'll be able to level up. I know there's room for growth. Look at this one thing. Damn, I should have got a haircut before I did that interview. Next time I'll get a haircut first and get my edge up, you know, so I don't look like a whatever, right? And like little things like that, like little attention to details, you know. And I'm even thinking
It's
now,
all
like this
about
interview,
details, man.
I'm already noticing, like, okay, boom, like, how do I level up next time? What about my drops? I'm about to record drops.
Absolutely.
How
yeah.
my drops gonna look?
That's what y'all gonna see.
You know, like, I'm just warming up. You know what I mean? So I'm already thinking about, I'm always looking at myself, but knowing that with my level of perfectionism, I might fuck around and, like, not let anything come out.
Yep.
I'll be working on it so long. And that's another issue with artists, is that we want it to be completely perfect before we let anybody hear it or see it. So I've had to negotiate with myself, like, okay, it could have been better, but is it good enough? So now I'm like, it's good enough.
And so
And
that's the thing.
let
too,
me
is-
move and make the next one iller. You
is
know?
what is good enough?
Right.
Can you define that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know I could have went this extra mile to do X, Y, Z. I could have had such and such on it or whatever. But what's your good enough? Like, is your quality, is your audio, whatever that is.
Right.
If you can come to a standard that is something that you can sustain,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And the sooner you get to that level, now, bro, when you get to that point and you clearly define what your brand is about, what you stand for, how these qualities can be consistent across the board, then that's when you can start really putting out your stuff, man.
Yep.
Like, and put it out. Like, it's not ever gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely. And, you know, people start reaching out to you for stuff you didn't expect they was going to reach out to you for. I was doing the lyrical analysis, and that's what I was trying to market. But then people were like, yo, how do you do the graphics to do that?
facts. Yep.
And it's like, oh, okay, so you want to know about graphics. You don't want to know about what I'm saying. You want to know about how I created it, how I did it.
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother lane for artists. Let's say you're really good at recording yourself. That's a whole thing you could teach other people how to do.
Yep.
And get a whole nother lane you could get paid off of too. You know, certain things like that you didn't realize,
Yep.
that you just learned out of necessity, but now you know how to do it.
Yeah, it's hard, man. And here's another thing. I mean, me and Rob, we used to, at this point, as content creators, but it took me so many years to be comfortable with being on camera.
Yeah.
It took me so many years. And so if you find yourself to be comfortable on stage, comfortable in front of people, comfortable in front of the camera, and it doesn't trip you up at all, then that's something that you might want to look at too.
Yep.
Like there's other avenues to make a living for yourself outside of music that can help fund your music,
Yep.
like podcasts. You know, we all see podcasts popping up right now. Listen, right now, you may think it's a lot of podcasts going on. You may think it's a lot. You see old $1 million worth of game, and shout out to them, and the Drink Champs, and Shay Shay or whoever you watch, right? But we're still in the beginning stages of this. This right now is a ground level. I know there's been different niches that you watched over the years that said, dang, you know what? Now I'm seeing it where it is right now. But if I would have got started back when I first thought about it, then I would be so much farther along.
Yeah.
Let this be your message. This is a message from me. Right now, go ahead and do it, man. If you're thinking about doing a podcast, you have the availability, you have a guy that you know that does a camera and say, let's do it. Or, whatever resources you got and it's time for you to do it, go ahead and do it, man.
Yep.
It's time.
And it's crazy that it could be that simple as just start doing it. Just do the thing, whatever it is, whatever it might be. It could be your health and wellness. It could be writing that album or getting better at filming or freaking Rubik's Cubes, like whatever. Because I look back, I could have quit Rap Seminar. I was at like 5K, it felt like, for like 3 years. 5K followers. Not that followers even matter, like, really.
Yeah, they down right now.
But
anyway.
and I could have been like, damn, I'm working all these hours trying to do this thing. I'm not getting paid off this. No one's seeing my posts. I could just quit. But I didn't, and I just kept going. And now I co-own a rap school with one of the greatest rappers on earth. And had I not had the vehicle of Rap Seminar to drive me there, I would have never had that opportunity. So I didn't know when I started Rap Seminar I would be doing this. But now it's brought me here, And look, I'm at OffTopTV.
Man,
I didn't quit.
You didn't quit, and you own so much real estate in this industry that you love so much, man.
There we go.
And it's all about doing what you love.
Yep.
At the end of the day.
Yep.
Each of us have, at this point in our lives, taken the opportunity to invest in the things that we love to do.
Yes, sir.
That's why we're here.
And I told you, too, I was like, man, I the things I do at Rap Seminar, like, I love to do them. And that's the hard part for me is, like, making it a business and not a hobby that I just love doing. It's a business. This is a business.
Yeah, sometimes, man, it's so hard to do. I think the hardest thing, I don't know how you feel about this, the hardest thing is to make a legitimate business out of the thing you love to do the most. Because you would do it for free.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But
And for your homies,
Uh-huh.
they'd be like, yo, Rob, my new artist is coming out. Let me get that analysis or whatever. And I'm like, well, the shit costs $400, but you my fam, so well, you got like what you got. How much you do? Can you work
What's your
with?
budget, goddamn?
Or whatever. Yeah. So,
but it can't be free. You got to respect what
something
I got going on. Man, that let me know. I got to tap in.
yeah,
We gotta tap
it's not
in.
$400 though. I just said that.
But no, we got some kind of we got to tap in. Though.
It should be it could be $400 depending on what you need.
It could be. I mean,
I got packages with more than one service, so
But if you really do the value proposition of what you bring to the table in the brand, yeah, man, it's much higher than that.
Here's the crazy. You told me something the other day about that, like about how I didn't realize something that I have you don't realize what you have going on. Or you said something like that. I am a connector of people.
Yes.
And I'm good at that. Like, because I've worked hard and I'm cool with everybody. Like, I don't have no problems with nobody. And I love to connect people. And so I was approached by an artist, Crip Jesus. Shout out to Crip Jesus. Shout out. He dropped an album called Blue Tang. And he's affiliated with Killer Priest, right? From the Wu. And I love the Wu. And I reached out. I reached out. I think we found each other. It was one of kind of like this kind of situation. And I was like, yo, this Blue Tang shit is dope. Next thing you know, he's like, yo, I told him all my services. Let me help you out. Yo, I could do this, this, this. He's like, okay, word. Let's do this, this, that. Boom. I get the press release for him. I get him some press, right? Coverage from different platforms. And he's like, yo, Rob, that's dope, right? And it was one of my favorite platforms is the underground hip hop blog. And so they're out of Cali, LA, I believe. Next thing you know, they post the press release, right? So they cut, and he gets mad views. And I'm like, yo, shit, did you see this shit? They covered you. He's like, yo, man, I've been trying to get on this platform for years, he says. And then next thing I know, last week, he came out and he kicked a freestyle. He came out as one of the invited artists on the platform.
Whoa.
Right? They actually filmed him. And he commented, he texted me like, yo, this is from you. You did this, you know? Mm-hmm. And that's wild because, like, I haven't even gotten my self-coverage on them with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was able to get him coverage there. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of times we don't realize that this is what we're doing, you know? And I don't know where I got this, why I went on this path with this. What did you ask me? You asked...
I mean,
asked me something like that.
That's
right?
along the lines of it, though. Like, for real. Like,
so, like, these things are amazing to be able to do that, right? And to have put in enough work where if I send a platform something, they're going to at least check the email. They're going to at least check it.
It's about relationship, and that's what me and you doing right now. So, I mean, that's what it turned into, right?
Yep.
But it's all about relationship building, and that ties back into what we were just saying. Like, you have to stay hungry and humble enough to understand that, like, you're never to the point where you know everything, you know it all, you have all the context you need. Mm-hmm. You never do. You never always do, because there's plenty of opportunities out here for everybody, man. So,
definitely.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm starstruck. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy to hear that, ain't it? And it's crazy to hear because I've heard that about different things I've had going on. Yeah. But I'm starstruck in reference to what you bring to the industry and just the things you've been a part of, and
thanks,
like, you know, the conversations we've had. Mm-hmm. And man, just the fact that you just by chance happened to be in this area. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know how this platform is going to go. And then, you know, I had a lot of doubts. And then, like, just me meeting you kind of like actually let me know what's possible if you just believe in the thing that you're trying to create.
This is about to be out of here. OffTopTV, Legacy Studios, about to be out of here, man. Because, like, the thing, like, that we were talking about, the thing is the quality of it. It's like, y'all can't see what I'm seeing. My guy got the whole studio set up. Like, all the lights, like, the mics, like, everything, you know? And, like, but the passion for it, too. So
it's all
I think that's important also.
Yeah, the energy, man. The energy's got to be right. You know what I'm saying? And
this is going to be one of those stops that anybody passing through this city who's an artist got to stop here. Absolutely. They got to stop here.
And we pride ourselves on just trying to make sure that your experience is really something that's, like, hospitable.
Like, I could see Rick Ross up in here doing an interview. I could see Currency right here doing an interview. I could picture Mickey Fax and Chilla doing an interview right here. You know what I'm saying? Look at this.
Shout out to them. I would love to have them.
Look at this. You know? Like, come on.
So right now, man, you're bringing your pick of artists from Rap Seminar to OffTop. What made you choose them, and what do you hope people see in their performances, man?
This is the Rap Seminar OffTopTV Takeover.
Coming up this week.
This is the takeover. So I love the idea. It was brought to me, and I said, yo, who should be represented here? Now, there's so many talented artists in this city. I had to pick from like 300 artists. So if you're one of those 300 and you ain't one of those people coming up here, it ain't because you don't deserve it. It ain't because I don't believe in you. It ain't because you not nice. It ain't because of none of that. It's just because of access, relationships, skill sets and levels, and things of that nature, right? So I don't have every 300 artist phone number. I don't have everybody IG. So this happened before to me, where I picked people, and then the people I didn't pick was like, why didn't you pick me? People who never talked to me in a million years.
Facts.
Who, some of them which I reached out to mad times and never responded.
Man, you gotta stop that.
So I'm sorry if you didn't get picked, but the people who did get picked, they represent certain facets of the community, right? So I wanted the lyricists. you know, I don't want to give titles and stereotypes and none of that, but like I wanted the backpacker represented.
Say that.
You know, I wanted the underground lyrical wizardry, you know what I'm saying, to be present. So I reached out to my guy Ward 2 and Wise Weapon. You know, War Weapon.
Man, shout out to them.
All right, so y'all can get that hip hop, that soul food hip hop. So how did I pick? I wanted the lyrical. We're here on the border of Mexico. So to not have somebody rapping in Spanish would be crazy.
That'd be a crime.
So I had my guy, Tres Sabores, 3 Flavors, ill MC. My guy be quoting literature and dropping like Michael Jordan stats in the same verse. You know what I mean? Like, so we got 3 Flavors coming up. Crazy MC.
I'm looking forward to him.
You know, he's from right here, from the Frontera, you know.
Man.
Then we got, I thought, man, but it's a lot of this young generation though. They got some heat too.
Absolutely.
They got some heat too. And there's some like alternative like hip hop going on here that's not like, it's not the hibbity hop. It's like that alternative hip hop. It's something.
It's like kind of like vibe music.
Different.
Yeah.
So I had to reach out to Aku the Master. He has a following. And I went to his show first. I was like, let me go to his show. He had the place was packed. And the thing about Aku is he put on all his homies first before him.
Shout out to him for that.
So they all got to shine. Some of them never performed in front of an audience before. And that's the type of dude he is. So I brought him. I was like, yo, I got to get Aku. So boom. So that's Aku the Master. That's 3 Flavors. That is War Weapon.
War Weapon.
And then I said, you know what, though? What about the streets, though? Because the streets need to be fed, too. We got to feed the streets. You know?
Facts.
Them cats who be in the trenches. The cats who don't just talk about it, they be about it.
Man.
So I hollered at Eddie Boy. You know, the underappreciated, often hated, undervalued. I had to bring him through because he's somebody who, you know, he's outspoken and he has a story to tell. You know, he be ruffling feathers sometimes, but you can't deny his pen game and the way he tells the story of the streets. So I wanted to bring Eddie Boy through to represent and do what he does, you know. And then that's really MC-wise all I had access to, you know. Deep down, I wanted
some honorable mentions.
I want a woman to rap, right? And I think if I had better access, I would have invited Crystal Poppin. I do have her manager's number. But I felt like, you know, just to be candid, I would love to have reached out to her, and I feel like she should be up here at some point. If she hasn't already.
It's gonna happen. I actually shot a video with her.
So okay then. So she definitely should be up here. I would like to have A Billy Free up here. And we already talked about the possibility of getting her up here. Phenomenal artist. So A Billy, but she's out the country, I believe, at the time of filming this. So to all the women who are artists, I thought about you and I wanted to reach out. One of y'all is a little bit outside of my grasp at this time, and the other one is not in the country. So respect to the ladies who are in the artistry as well.
We'll do another one of these.
Yeah, for sure.
After this season.
Yeah.
So we got a lot more collaboration to do in the future. So, man, such an opportunity. What else you got going for your collaboration?
We also have the world famous, the incomparable, untouchable, the indubitable Jazzanaut.
Hey.
Jazzanaut is going to be in the build. Jazzanaut is about to be in the building with his mix of what these, you know, with the music of these artists, right? If I'm not mistaken. So Jazz is one of the most illest on the ones and twos, a true turntablist, beat everybody in the city at a turntable competition at least once.
Yep.
Honestly, man, I think he is up there with the greatest DJs of all time, period.
Absolutely.
Like, and producer.
Without a doubt.
And producer.
Didn't even know he produced until recently. So appreciate
Crazy.
I've been on the board here in El Paso, and this is something that people don't know. If you don't know, we're on our actually 9th annual DJ battle that happens every year, turn of the year around February every year. It's called the Ultimate DJ Battle, and we're on our 9th. The last one, number 8, actually One Man Jazz took that by storm. Wasn't even close. Just stomped on everybody's necks.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I had competition, shout out to my boy T.O., is that T.O. was, I want to be honest, that's my dream thing. My dream team, I would love to see them two go head to head. And we probably going to get that soon.
Okay.
But yeah, man, One Man Jazz, man.
I want to be a part of that, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to make that happen. You know, we're going to have to make that happen.
Yo,
man.
Jazz is phenomenal, man. Like, I never seen somebody do what he does, the way he does it. And the thing about him, too, is that he's so kind and, like, he's not, like, a star. Like, he's a star. He is a star.
But he's very humble.
But he's humble. He's the homie. Like, you could kick it with him. You could talk to him. Like, he'll respond to your text message.
Yeah.
You know, he's not above, like, helping you with, like, he's helped me with stuff. You know what I mean? Like, when I did the 50th anniversary of hip hop show here in El Paso, and I brought Terminology and Boca Floja, and we had the panel, he was there, man. He was one of the DJs that held it down, you know? And he helped me promote it and everything, man. I got love for Jazz. So anytime someone's like, yo, do you know a DJ? I'm like, Jazz. I'm like, it's either Jazz.
It's crazy to even recommend this dude. I'm telling you, y'all gonna see. Because that's why I picked up, what I wanted to do is I felt like there was a distance going on between hip hop music, even R&B, even any kind of music in the DJ. Y'all just don't know how instrumental DJing and the construct of it ties in with the music we got going on today. So to have artists to come on and then have their music showcased, and using the same supreme skill set that we talking about with somebody like One Man, like making a show out of your music and to hear it being spun. I just wanted to provide that opportunity for somebody for this platform. And that's something we do every season finale. So that's something y'all can look forward to. And we never going to disappoint, especially bringing on artists, great artists like DJ.
And I appreciate you for inviting me up here to be able to even, like, you extend the olive branch to me to come up to the spot, and then it's like, it's like this, and then I pull my homies in, you know. So that's really dope. And I also want to shout out another phenomenal producer from the city and DJ, my guy System A. So we got to bring System A up here,
man. I love it
as well, because he is one of the illest producers, man. And I've known him for a long time, and whatever he creates is top quality.
Man, we got to have him up here. Shout out honorable mentions. Shout out my boy Schizo. He's the actual engineer for OffTop. So anything we do and we need, you know, that audio work, shout out to him. He's a fellow Full Sail grad like myself. And so shout out to him as well. And man, so we getting into this piece that we do all the time. It's called the Off-Top segment. More of a this or that. All right, it's one thing or the other. You choose one side or the other, and then you kind of break down why.
Okay.
Sorry. All right. So my first question is, it's polarizing, by the way.
So it's one of those, huh?
Yeah. So first question:
scared.
Brooklyn or El Paso?
Well, I've lived in a lot of places.
Okay.
You know, I was not born in Brooklyn, but I was there and during my formative years. You know, my family's from Dominican Republic, by the way. So there's that. And I was actually born in Texas, but moved to Brooklyn I lived here till I was like 5, and then moved to Brooklyn, and I was in Brooklyn by 1st grade. But if I had to decide, like, the East Coast or El Paso, that's a really tough question because, you know, I met my wife here. My students are here. You know, I learned a lot about culture here. I learned a lot about myself here. I have my son, you know. So I relate to this world a little differently than I do on the East Coast. The East Coast is like my roots, my family, you know, my cousins, my culture. You know what I mean? So I'll go to New York.
That's your answer.
I'll go to New York. If I could afford it, I'll go to New York. I'll go to New York. It's not that I dislike it here, but the only thing about here that is hot. New York is hot too, though. It's humid.
Yeah.
But I like a winter. I like snow. Maybe it's because I haven't been there in a while, you know? And then all my Dominican fam is up there and I miss them. So if I could be closer to my Dominican culture too, get my son exposed to merengue, bachata, you know, Dominican Spanish, I would love for him to be exposed to that. So that's why right now I say I would love to be on the East Coast just to get that culture.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts. But you still can't forget still home.
Yeah, I love it here.
Shout out to El Paso, man. I made it my home. I've been here for 15 years.
There we go. Yeah, I've been here since 2007. So
yeah, you've been longer. All right, so next question. Wu-Tang or the Fugees?
Wu-Tang or the Fugees?
Yes.
Well, that's not even, I don't think that's a great question right there. I don't like that question. I don't like that question at all. I don't like that question. But I would say, honestly, I got into the Fugees before the Wu, which is a little crazy. Just slightly before their first album, The Score, is in my top 5 albums of all time. The Score. Damn. I got to say the Wu. Because they have way more like Wu memories than Fugees memories, you know? But Fugees was pivotal. It's like soul food. It's like mama's home-cooked meal, you know? That's the Fugees to me. It's like, I might cry listening to The Score, like, you know what I mean? But Wu, I learned so much from. I got so much knowledge from. I got so much different understandings of the world from. Yeah. And
it's much more part of your makeup.
But I can't front. The Fugees brought me to Bob Marley because of No Woman, No Cry. So that's why I don't like that question, because honestly, it's like same.
Yeah.
But I would go Wu. I'm a Wu fanatic.
All right, a written verse or a freestyle?
Off top freestyle.
Why?
Because I think that is the true measure of a lyricist's capacity in their natural state to express themselves. Like, I think if you have time to think about something, that's another skill. I have time to write this verse, and I'm going to be methodical and think about all the angles and perspectives. But I think you get more of a person's IQ and lyrical dexterity if it's an off-top freestyle. Their natural aptitude. Raw aptitude off of freestyle. So that's what off-top freestyle. That's a spontaneous, in the moment, improvisation.
Facts. That's very much a skill and a muscle that has to be honed.
Yes.
Right. And it's not easy. It's far few people that can freestyle off the top. Shout out to my boy Legacy too. He's one of the best freestylers I know. Drop a beat and drop a topic, and he go in.
I love it.
And he prides himself by that, so I would be doing him a disservice if I didn't say that, right? So yeah, man, that's.
We should do a literal off-top freestyle cipher.
We are. That's why we made this platform, is because we wanted to showcase that.
Yeah.
But we also understand it's not too many that like our pool of talent may be a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
With that.
I know some people who could go off top.
And that's what we want to shoot. And then me coming from a cinematic standpoint or from a producer's standpoint of film, it's hard to catch that in the moment in a way that it has the quality that I'm looking for.
Got you.
So, but we're going to do it.
That makes
sense. Me and you go do that.
Yeah, we are.
We got to do it. All right, so lyricism or flow?
I think they go hand in hand. I'm a literary person, of course. I got my degrees in English and in creative writing. So I love the literary component. But if we're talking about music, I think the flow is more important. Because if the flow is off, people don't care what you're talking about.
Right. And these times.
So I think we need to have, the packaging has to be correct. And then we will listen to your story.
Facts.
But if the packaging is not correct, we cannot get to the story because you don't sound right.
Right.
So like, if you got rhymes and you can flow, you got your cadences, you got your style of delivery down, and it's refined and it's you, boom. Okay? Then I'm more likely to listen. There's people like what is his name? Earl
Sweatshirt.
Yeah. He raps really weird. You know what I mean? Like, does he flow? It's unique. It's different. And at first you might be like, what is this? but then you know, it's like, whoa, wait, like this is a unique flow. You could be, what I'm saying, you could be unorthodox in your flow and cadence, but he sounds like he knows what he's doing within his own unique style.
Yes.
So are you comfortable in the flow,
Yes.
in that style? And I think that is more important than the story, because we won't even get to the story if we can't get to how you are packaging the words.
That sounds like something I always say. The packaging is more important than the product most of the time. And I'm not going to say it is. I disagree with the statement while agreeing with it. It's just that you have to get your packaging as good as your product or better in order for people to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's the tough part. Like,
yeah, that's the tough part.
In the ideal, perfect world, content. Yeah. That's what my heart wants to say. Yeah. Content is the most important. Content. What are you saying? You got to have a message. But I heard so many whack-ass MCs with a dope message, and I don't listen to the thing. No disrespect. I'm not saying, I didn't say no names, so. But MCs who just don't have the skill of rap. Like, they like to rap, and I like what they're saying. I align with what they're saying, maybe. Like, I like the politics of it, or I like the what they're standing for. But the style of it is corny, or whatever it might be. Like, you know, I grew up in church, and so I know the difference between Christian rap and secular rap and things like that, right? And I grew up when I lived in Tampa. I was in high school. I lived in Tampa, 9th grade. I went to a church called Crossover Community Church, and the pastor there is a rapper. He's a rapper, right? And Urban D. That's his name, Urban D. Shout out to Urban D.
Shout out to him.
And he would have ciphers with street dudes who had just given their life to Christ.
Yeah.
All right? And we would all rap. And it was these dudes so it's their raps, their Christian raps were so dope. It was so authentic, and it still was grimy because they're in the struggle, right? But they're speaking about how they found their way to Christ, you know, through that struggle. You could feel the pain. It was raw, authentic shit. And this was like the cipher, right? But that was different than like some of the recording artists who were Christian rap. And I felt like it was so corny. I couldn't listen to it. I was like, God, this is so whack. Like, I'd rather listen to DMX pray.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, that's what those guys reminded me of.
It's still rooted in storytelling.
Yes.
And also it's the testimony. The testimony is storytelling.
There we go.
Testimony is powerful storytelling.
There we go.
It talks about how they progressed.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Man.
That was captivating to me, you know? Yeah. So where are we going with this? But yeah, so again, I couldn't get into some Christian rap because it sounded corny to me.
The flow is
right.
off. You know what I'm saying?
And the way they told the story.
Yeah.
You know? But
I think that's one of them genres. I'm glad you brought it up because that's one of those genres where you have to do it well.
Yes.
And also tell a good story in order to keep people engaged, because they're quick to say, I'm not about to be on this.
Right.
If they're not godly, they're not spiritual at all or religious at all, they're going to tune out.
Yeah.
And so it has to be a vibe that they can bump in their car.
There we go. Something.
Go to your event and sing the lyrics to when you hold the mic up like this. And so man.
Unfortunately, it has to be that way.
Okay, we go jump on to the next question.
Go for it. I could go on for days.
Underground respect or mainstream reach?
Underground respect or mainstream reach? Underground respect. I think that's more official to me.
Yeah.
Underground. I don't believe in selling your soul to nobody or nothing like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of people literally doing that right now. It's crazy. Okay, next one. Studio perfection or live performance energy?
I think they're both important, obviously. I think they're both important. But it depends on what are you trying to get out of it. Are you making money, or you want to create an experience? If your live show is where it's at, then that's more important.
All right, next question, Rob. Metaphor or punchline?
Well, the punchline can be a metaphor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's a tough one. Well, I would say punchline because that is more encompassing. because now the punchline can be a simile. It could be something imagistic. It could be, whatever it could be, So punchline is more encompassing. I think if there was a real debate, it would be it would be metaphors versus similes. In which case, I would say metaphors over similes.
Why?
Well, because a metaphor is a stronger comparison than a simile. So a simile is like, right? Like, yo, I'll do this like that, like this. But metaphor is this. So I feel like metaphors are more poetic.
And also,
Yeah.
like there's this movement now that like remove like from the verses. Do you agree with that?
People are trying to take like
But
out of the
they
verse.
said stop saying like so much.
Yeah. Well,
You
you're over
agree with
relying
that?
on it.
Do you agree with that?
I think people should be able to use whatever words they want,
What
but
I'm saying, if it's too many back,
I
to
don't
back
think
to back,
you should keep saying the same word over and over again. You could say the word as, which would be, I don't know how you would fit as into a verse. That would sound like a weird comparison. Like, I fall as the, you could, I guess. You could also do that thing where you just jump over the word and just say the thing. Like, here I'm saying like illuminated light bulb.
Oh yeah.
Rather than say illuminated like a light bulb, just say illuminated light bulb.
See, what do you call that?
I don't even
that-
know what
is
the
that
name.
terminology for that?
Maybe we need to name it.
Hey, y'all do.
Where you skip
put it
the
on
thing, you skip
You
the.
heard it here first. They about to define that term.
What are we gonna call that one? Well, it's an implied. Well, in the literary world, it would be like an implied metaphor or an
Yes.
implied simile, right?
Okay.
So maybe we could call that implications or something.
Yeah.
An implication,
Yeah, that's another thing too. When you were saying that when you're creating a system, especially when it's talking about education, right? There's direct terminology that goes with it, right? And that's what makes it valuable because now you've defined the terms, and now that vocabulary can be taught, sold, and just turned into a business.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, so that's something you got to know too. If you're trying to teach anything, create your own language for it if you can.
Ooh, that's a gem.
Yeah.
That's a gem right there.
Next one, Tupac and Biggie.
Well,
I
damn.
think I know the answer to this one, but okay.
You think you know? This is a tough one. I don't know. For half my life, it was Biggie. Because I lived on the East Coast.
Yep.
And I really appreciated Biggie's storytelling. His music in general was just amazing to me. And his overall style and his tone of voice and things he was saying, But I think that that's also an unfair comparison because Tupac was way more prolific. And Pac had way more music. He was in films. So I don't feel like it's a real fair comparison, necessarily speaking, to be honest, even though they were contemporaries and tied in their tragedy, But I'm more likely to play Biggie, but I'm more likely to teach something that Pac wrote.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Why?
Because Pac, in my opinion, was more literary. Pac was more complex. He had more layers than Biggie. If we're looking at it from like a literary perspective in his writing was, I think, a little bit more mystical than Biggie's writing was.
Okay.
And I would also venture to say that Tupac had more soul than Big, lyrically speaking, and songwriting-wise, more soul.
Yeah, I agree with you, man.
You know.
I feel like, to be honest, when you boil bare bones or whatever we talking about, swagger versus heart. That's how I compare those two.
Okay.
So for the
I
most
got
part,
you.
we had to
Yeah.
boil it down to two words, right? And Biggie was one of the most swaggiest rappers of all time. Reason
Come on.
being, you could turn the one thing on his head that you know for a fact is not a strong suit of yours. You know what I'm saying? Your
Right.
looks, and still kill that joint and still be the player and the.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Big Papa.
Man.
Like his storytelling, unparalleled storytelling.
Right, I love this story. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. That's a hard one. That would have been a hard question for me to answer. Because I got probably just as many moments with both of them.
Yeah, me too.
To be honest with
Me
you.
too. But you know what? I can't front. When Pac died, that was the first time I seen grown men crying over a rapper. They cried when Pac died. I'm sure they cried when Big died too.
Yeah, but you're right. But I think that just depends on what community you was from. All right, next one, Jay-Z or Nas?
Nas.
Okay, easy answer.
Yeah.
Do we need to elaborate on?
I don't have to elaborate.
I don't think nobody needs to
Nas.
elaborate on
I
that.
respect Jay, you know, his business savvy. But if we're talking about rapping, Nas. Reasonable Doubt, though?
Yeah, crazy.
That album,
You know
classic.
what's my favorite? What's a classic for me personally, and not because of anything literal or technical or anything? 444. That album. It's a lot of albums, and that goes on my Mount Rushmore of albums only because of what it affected in my life.
wow.
To be honest with you,
Okay.
the whole album was fire, right? To me,
I got you. Yeah.
It made me want to. It made me want to be a better businessman, better father, better everything. And then on top of it, that's why I got my moniker. I call myself Legacy Lamont because of the last song on that album, Legacy. And that's what made me start my businesses and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
Same thing for Nipsey. I listen to Nipsey, I get inspired. I want to do something monumental. I want to start a business. I want to motivate people to do things, right? And that's why even though I favor Nas, right, for a whole variety of reasons, litany of reasons, I would say that Jay-Z actually made more of an impact on my life.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
I respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old school bars and new school innovation.
Old school bars or new school innovation?
Yes. Like, do you prefer the history, or do you appreciate the growth and the innovation?
You know, I love seeing how people add on to the history.
Yes.
You
So you
know,
can't
but
take away
but
from
what
it.
I love to see is people who know their history add on. So, and if you don't know the history, you don't really know where you're going, and you don't know if you're innovating or not.
Right.
Because you
So
haven't
can't-
heard it.
so
You don't know.
You gotta go with the latter.
I gotta say you need the foundation first.
Foundation first, yeah.
And that will help the innovation be more iller and innovative.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like DOS effects, diggity DOS effects. Like diggity diggity with the
so
diggities. Like
just to straight off
that's like innovation.
right. It is.
That's a type of innovation that happened, right?
Exactly,
Like
yeah.
that was pretty dope. Like but now like I don't think people are doing that now, right? So some innovative things are a fad that goes out of style that will not come back. And some things really innovate and they create change and they're more long lasting, you know, like what Rakim did with his form of lyricism.
Yeah. But to be honest with you, if I had to answer the question, I would say that back in the day was innovation at its finest.
Oh, yeah.
And now we're still struggling to find innovation because I feel like the industry is imploding.
I see what you mean.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's true because a lot of people sound exactly the same too.
Yeah. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Like I don't think it's a problem to draw inspiration from somebody else's sound and music. That's what you vibe with. Sometimes like that's you know, sometimes who you are and what you vibe with is a combination of the things that you see and appreciate the most.
Yeah.
So like you could say apply that to any industry. Me as a barber, you know, I like this type of fade because I do this type of fade well because I liked the type of fades that I'd seen myself. You know what I'm saying? Slam poetry or rap battle.
I would say they are very similar, but I like the environment of a rap battle.
Okay, got it.
I like the battle rap environment because I feel like I could wild out a little more but in the slam poetry joint, like it's fire too, but I like it to be a little more rowdy, you know, personally.
Yeah. It's more about being around your people.
Yeah. But I love a slam poetry show. Don't get me wrong.
East Coast boom bap type of sound or Southern bounce type of sound. I think I know that.
Boom
answer.
bap, like East Coast.
I know that
Yeah.
answer.
It's just because of what I'm used to and what I grew up listening to. It's just my first taste that I would go to. But I love Southern music. I love UGK. I like 3 6 Mafia. I grew up, man, I listened to so much 3 6 Mafia.
Teaching the craft or living the craft?
I think that I teach the craft more than anything now, but I prefer to live it.
Building a community or building a legacy? Ooh, that's
Well, I think your legacy is tied to your community.
facts.
Because I don't think it's a legacy. Well, what kind of legacy are we talking about? Financial legacy? But I don't think it's a legacy unless people remember what it is. So if
What did
there's,
they say about you?
yeah, so those go hand in hand. Like there's no legacy without having impacted people in your community.
Right. It's like a double-edged.
You know,
it's the same question for the
yeah.
It's the same comparison.
Yeah.
Some people may say physical things. What assets did you leave behind? You know, the wealth of of your bloodline or whatever. But to me, I agree with you. Like I feel like it's based on what you leave behind. What impact did you make on people's lives? What do they say about you?
Yeah, I think way more. And here's an example: Tupac's ring. Who has it?
Drake. Well, he did at some point. Yeah.
So for Tupac to have valued that ring as part of his legacy, if it was about financial wealth, if that's what legacy is, I don't think financial wealth is as permanent as moving people, as connecting with people in community. You know what I'm saying? So like, because Drake could end up with your ring. So-and-so can end up with your house.
With your business.
With your portrait. With your business. With your whatever it might be, you know? Hopefully it's your family, your children, right? So, but it might not be.
But you're an educator.
Yeah.
So a part of what you want people to say about you is, hey, Rob created this lane for me. He put me in this position.
Yeah.
He taught me this. He
Right.
the third.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, of course the family side of things is important, but also you may in the general sense say, hey, you know, what kind of impact Rob made on life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would like the living legacy shit though.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I like to enjoy the ring while I'm alive.
Facts.
You know, like I would like to have the portrait that feels home to me. You know, I would like to have the nice things, like the nice bottles and the nice silverware or whatever. Like those are nice things to have while you're alive. I'm not trying to do what I love and like be broke my whole life. I don't want to be a tortured artist my whole life.
Facts.
That's kind of shitty, you know? So,
Yeah.
you know, and it's been wild, man. I've done a lot of epic things, but what's crazy is like when you do something on a high tier, or upper level, but the financial benefits aren't there yet, you know?
Man, there's a lot of that going on.
You might be changing people's lives forever.
Yep.
Saving people's lives in some cases, but you're not able to live from that thing yet, you know, and it's not giving you that financial capacity to be enjoying just yet, you know, so that's tough.
That is tough.
That's
to do.
tough.
And to keep doing it.
And to keep going because you know it's gonna pay off. It's worth it. It's good for people. We need it out here, you know. But right now, it's like it's just tough. That part is hard to make happen, man.
It is, but some people are just here for that.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? And we have to embrace that as well. You know, if you get it may be one person that you finally say, okay, I got them flowers that I was looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think if you're gonna live so unselfishly like that, like you have to be modest in what your expectations are.
Yes, for sure, definitely. Yep. I told my wife, I said, if I had a rapper chain, I would wear it today. That's what I said. I said, if I had a rapper chain, today would be the day. And she I think she said something like, "You're the jewelry."
Right.
You know, you're the jewelry.
By
so,
far. I did not expect. If you'd have came with a chain on today, I probably would have been like, Rob, what's going on? But, you know, bro, I ain't going to lie. I've been wanting a new vehicle lately. You know what I'm saying? I can get one, but it hasn't been a priority. But then all of a sudden, I want a new chain, like something crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Something about it. You know, there's something about it. But, you know, everything got to be in line first before that. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like I'm the type, if I got a team behind me and I get a chain, then they should have one too. So, State Park Solitude or Studio Session Chaos.
Wait,
So
say that
like
one more time?
solitude or chaos in relation to music.
In music?
In music.
And you mean recording environment?
Yeah, recording environment or chaos. Like, do you prefer
Solitude.
Solitude, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because if it's a lot of people around, like watching, I feel like I have to perform, like I'm performing.
Right.
But if I have to record something and it's like a recording and I need to record it, like the performance is how does my voice sound? You know, not like how do these motherfuckers out here see me, hear me, you know? So, and I also feel less self-conscious. Like if I'm just recording, I film a lot of my content by myself.
Absolutely.
And then I could take as much time as I want. I don't have to worry about someone has to be somewhere. I could just re-record this. I'll take a mental note. What could I do better? and I could just be as critical as I need to be. So I like to create my own shit by myself.
Facts.
Yeah, but I don't mind having everybody the chaos. I love the chaos too. And that creates magical moments. You know, sometimes you almost got to be under pressure and with everyone watching you to operate at your highest level, you know. And when I skate, I like to skate, inline skate and aggressive, do tricks and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Hit rails and ledges and curbs and things like that. And so I skate by myself and I practice. It's like I'm in the dojo, getting my form right.
Yeah.
But then I'm doing that to, okay, so when I skate with people, you know, if someone's going to film me, you know, there's a certain level of like, this shit got to look dope. So it feels like a little more pressure on the trick, like everyone's watching.
Yeah.
Right? So that can either make you or break you, depending on the artist. You know, some people could rise to the occasion of being seen, and that's when they shine. And some people just go blank and just, they can't take the eyes on them, you know. And I've bombed before. I've bombed. I remember my first poetry reading that I did. You know, I forgot the lines. I bombed, man. It was horrible. But those are the learning experiences, and then you learn how to fix it, how to act like you didn't fuck up or mess up. Pardon me. I didn't even ask. Could we cuss up here? Nah.
Yeah, we cuss. We cuss here.
You know, you don't realize like when those mistakes that you made in public can help you learn for your next performance.
Yeah,
your next...
I always say failure first. It's always failure first. Like, you have to jump out there and understand that you're going to have to learn from it. And it may feel like failure. Most of the time it just feels like failure. And what failure really is when you decide not to continue.
Yeah.
And so I think when it comes to that, like, that's ideal. Like, you have to look for the opportunity to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
Because that's when you really lock in. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, man, coming to the closing.
Let's do it.
I want to say this, man. Like, we got this dope collaboration going on this week. You probably already seen the promo leading up to this point, and you've already seen what we had coming on the rollout to this, right? We are bringing together a dope group of individuals, and I'm so glad to have been doing this collaboration with Rap Seminar, even just in association with Pendulum Inc. It's just a lot of love that's going on around this industry and this week specifically, man. In close, I want to say, Rob Nice, man, I appreciate you pulling up, sharing your story, and bringing the energy to the city that you have, man.
No doubt, no doubt.
And then, you know, I really respect what you have built through Rap Seminar, Pendulum Inc. It's so powerful.
Thank you.
We're honored to be a part of the next chapter with you. You know what I'm saying? And to everyone watching, listen, I want to make sure that all the artists that Rob brought with him this week, I want to make sure that you guys watch them, all right? They're very much a talented group of people. If Rob gonna bring them, then y'all need to tap in, okay? Because what you're about to see is lyricism at its purest form. And this is OffTopTV, where culture meets craftsmanship, and we appreciate you guys for watching. Rob, before I get off of here, what else do you have going on with any of your platforms that you might want to have people tap into?
Yeah, well, there's a lot going on. You know, at Pendulum Inc., we have all types of celebrity MCs teach classes. I definitely recommend you go to penduluminc.com to learn more about how to get involved with that hip-hop community there. And if you're a lyricist, whether you're already dope or you're just learning, this is a great way to level up your skill set and to build a community around what you're doing. Take what you're doing to the next level. A lot of people have had a lot of great opportunities through Pendulum Inc. And I would also say that there's no shame in, like, for example, picking up a book. You know what I mean? We have books that you could get to help you with your craft. So one of them is Inc., a lexicon of elite rap techniques, which I mentioned earlier. We have all types of techniques in there. That book is written by myself, Chilla Jones, Mickey Fax, and Rhymecology. It's a great book for you to pick up and get some different perspectives on skills that you can employ through your raps. And then you got books like this. This is the MC Toolkit, and it's basically creative inspiration for people who write songs. This is a book that I wrote for artists, and it has all types of prompts in it, lyrical prompts, things where Like you could get jump starts on ideas for songs. It has situational prompts, what I call situational prompts, like a friend does something you would never expect. Write about what they did. So that could be a verse right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
I have exercises that you could use. Like, for example, rhyme 30 bars with the same end rhyme sound, you know, or whatever. Different things to strengthen your lyrical sword. And then it also has motivation. So I gathered quotes from the most brilliant minds to kind of motivate you for when you don't feel that motivation and stuff like that. So this is a great book. You could get it at www.rapseminar.com and level up your writing and create that fire that you got. You know what I'm saying? So
Man, tap in, y'all. Sometimes y'all don't see the tools like this. If you get one nugget, that one nugget can turn into a song, turn into an opportunity for you. So tapping in and like purchasing something like this is really got your interest in mind. Why not? Why not invest? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man. And then of course, just follow me at Rap Seminar on Instagram and on YouTube as well. Rap Seminar, same thing. I got all the reaction videos there, reviews. If you want to find underground MCs who is real dope at what they do, go to the YouTube channel, go to the Instagram, and just reach out to me. You know, if you're an artist, you need some promo, hit me up. There's all types of creative ways I can promote your audience. I mean, promote you to my audience. And, you know, your audience will start to see like, yo, you at Rap Seminar? Oh shit! Like what? You know?
Absolutely.
So it's good stuff, man, for sure.
In reference to your reviews, I know that's a big thing that people want. If for somebody to tap in and actually give real listen to their music,
Yes, sir.
How do they get on board with that?
You can get a review through the website. You could cop a review. There's two types of reviews that I'm doing. One is a quick review, which is a text-based review. And I drop the album cover, and then I type out just some ideas and like what I felt about the music, and post it. And the music is playing from the Instagram music library, and that actually gets a lot of views and stuff these days. It's a real quick view, something real easy for people to see, and for them to get a flavor of what you're creating. Or it could be a review that I record in a studio live where I'm speaking about it. And I present it like 5 reasons why you should listen to Lamont's new album, you know, whatever it might be.
Right.
And then people are like, oh shit, what's the 5 reasons? And then I break it down.
Man, it's all about audiences, niche audiences. Sometimes you have the biggest, hugest followers and hundreds of thousands, millions, and everybody don't really tap into what you got going on. They don't really follow your brand. And I can't say that about, Rap Seminar. I've seen it myself.
Thanks, man.
So tap in to an established brand that really has a followership, that really taps into what is being, shown on the platform. Is a big deal.
I never paid for a follower. You know, it's 30,000 people there right now, but real people. And when you think about that, that's a whole stadium. That's a whole stadium. That's an arena full of people. You know, right here, the in El Paso. What's the stadium? Right?
Sun Bowl.
That's the Sun Bowl packed.
Right.
So you want to perform in the Sun Bowl? I can help you do something like that through Rap Seminar. Like, I got the Sun Bowl, and thinking of it that way, like, puts the numbers in perspective for me. Like, wow, that's a lot of people. It's not 1 million, but that's 30,000. You know,
and growing.
And growing every day, right? So by the time this is out, it'll probably be more. But the thing is, like, some of those people have been following Rap Seminar since it was 1,000 followers, since it was 500 followers. Some of those people have been here since then. And I know their first name. And if they have discount codes to my store forever, because I would do shit like that. I would be like, yo, I got 500 followers. Whoever the next 100 followers, you get a discount, and they get a forever discount code at the store. No matter how big I blow up, they will always be fam. Like, I did shit like that, you know. I still do, you know, because it matters. Like those people who believe in you and who show support before everybody else does,
They so valuable.
You gotta remember who those people are, man.
And know their name. Like,
Yeah.
get over yourself.
You know?
Like, if you have a stewardship, you have people that really follow you, rock with you, supporters, family members, people that show up to your shows, people that tap into buying your products and tap into your website and all that.
Yeah.
Then I think it's very important for you to remember their names if you can.
Yeah, man.
Or the closest thing to it, and to offer reciprocity for them rocking with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what all this is about. Because you may end up with a stadium of people that rock with your music, and they're the ones that's gonna allow you to keep doing what you do.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Hey, but before we get out of here, right? I'm a big steward of hip hop,
Yeah.
so I wanted to present you.
Oh
with
shoot. What?
a dope piece of art.
Nah.
I'm
Man, this is crazy.
show the camera, man.
Look at this.
Hopefully
This
you
is
appreciate it.
wild, man. Thank you for this, man.
Yep.
This is the hip hop Last Supper right here.
You got Kanye
What?
on there, Biggie, Snoop, Ice Cube, Eazy-E.
Yo, I love this, man. Thank
what
you.
I'm saying? Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I'm gonna hang this up.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna hang, and you know why I love it even more, man? Because my son's gonna see it, and I'm gonna get to tell him who all these artists are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll be like, "That's ODB right there."
Right.
You know, I saw ODB live
Wow.
when he was still here. Look at this, Eazy-E. Yeah, man. Thank you for this.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Appreciate you having you on the show, man.
No doubt.
Hey, listen, make sure again that y'all tap into all the performances me and Rap Seminar doing, OffTop are doing, and man, stay tuned all the way through. All right, we got more coming, and man, we're gonna close out by saying, y'all tap in for sure.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you. This has been great.